Thanks for watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for The Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian update of Sprint 59, which lasted from February 19 to March 1st. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We'll be looking at the Guardian roadmap. We'll be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 59. Then we'll be giving you a short demo on Sprint 59. Then we'll be also looking ahead of week of March 4th, which is Sprint 60. And we'll also be talking about the issues that we'll be tackling in Sprint 60. Then we'll be also talking about the upcoming releases. We'll be also giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. We are working on the development of PWR and 0002 plastic waste recycling methodology, which would be the methodology for this month upcoming webinar. Then we are working on the block for DLT to address flawed methodologies. We are working on the development of AMS-III.AU, methane emission. We are working on live project data migration across policies, across Guardian instances. We are also working on the Fireblocks raw signing integration, and so on and so forth. So just an overview of the Sprint 59. So in Sprint 59, we committed to 31 story points and we delivered 23 story points. In this, we actually delivered 2678, which is support externally controlled DIDs with verification method keys and Guardian. We completed ACM0002 methodology, which is on grid connected electricity generation from renewable sources. And we also developed AMS-III.F, which is avoidance of methane emissions through composting. Let's look at Sprint 59 demo. So the first ticket what we'll be looking at is 2678, which is support externally controlled DIDs with verification method keys and Guardian. Current mode of Guardian operations assumes a local storage of DID keys. There is much flexibility with respect to what technology is used to store these keys, which is HashiCorp is often used in UAT production, local DB usually used for local dev instances, etc. However, in all these cases, the keys are controlled by the Guardian. In many use cases, DIDs for standard registry is very much important, and a heavily guarded asset in production, such organization would likely be reluctant to deploy the main keys into Guardian. So in order to solve this, let's look at our recording. So as you can see here, this is our current Guardian. And right now, the current process is you would be able to add the operator key and operator ID and operator key. And then either you generate it if you have already added it in your .environment file in the Guardian, or if you haven't, you can just add here and then click on next. So once you add your operator ID and operator key and click on next, here initially the process was you should be able to automatically generate the new DID document once you enter the operator ID and key. But now you have a second option, which is custom DID document. So when you click on custom DID document, you need to actually copy and paste your DID document, which will actually consist of several different verification methods, as you can see here. So once you enter that and you verify, you can click on next and enter your DID document signing keys, which would be DID root key and then root key BBS. So once you enter all this, you would be actually able to sign your own DID keys with your own DID document. Once that is done, you will be actually reach to the final step where you will enter your geographic VC document details, and then you can be able to create your Guardian standard registry account. So in order to get more information, you can go to our documentation, which is at docs.hedera.com. And when you get there under standard registry section, you will have a new section called Bring Your Own DIDs. In that, we have actually detailed documentation explained about how the UI works, which I just demonstrated. You do have APIs for it, which will be used to validate DID format and also to validate the DID keys. That was a demo on ticket number 2678. Now looking ahead, the next ticket is 2875, which is development of ACM0002. The primary objective of ACM0002 is to provide a structured approach for grid-connected electricity generation from renewable sources. This policy applies to grid-generated renewable energy generation project activities that include construction, operation of the greenfield power plant, or retrofitting, rehabilitation, replacement, or capacity addition of an existing power plant. Further, this policy applies to grid connected renewable energy generation project which activities which generate battery energy storage system, which is BESS, to a greenfield power plant or to an existing solar, photovoltaic, or wind power plant. We have developed this policy and we have added a detailed documentation in our docs. If you just go to docs.hedera.com/guardian under demo guide under carbon offsets, you should be able to see ACM0002 being added with the detailed documentation, with the workflow, and also with the step-by-step execution of the policy. To run the policy, you can visit our GitHub repository under methodology library under CDM. You should be able to see a folder for CDM ACM0002, and you should be able to see two schema designs. One is the normal schema design, the other is the schema design with the sample data. We also have a policy which would be the extension with dot policy. The third ticket, what we'll be looking at is 2876, which is development of AMS-III.F, which is avoidance of methane emissions through composting. The primary objective of this is to provide a structured approach for avoidance of methane emissions through composting. This policy comprises measures to avoid the emissions of methane to the atmosphere from biomass or other organic matter that would have otherwise been left to decay inaerobically in a solid waste disposable site or in an animal waste management system or in a wastewater treatment system. In the project activity, controlled aerobic treatment by composting of biomass is introduced. So in order to solve this, what we have done is we have added a detailed documentation at our documentation, which is at docs.hedera.com. When you get there, under carbon offsets, you will again find CDM AMS-III.F with a detailed documentation and a step-by-step process to execute the policy. In order to execute the policy, we did have added our policy file under methodology library. In that, you have a CDM AMS-III.F folder where you can see a schema design, and we have a schema design with the sample data and also the policy file. Now looking ahead of March 6, which is Sprint 50, currently we are committing to 36 story points, which includes 1314 Fireblocks raw signing integration, development of AMS-1D, development of AMS-1F, 1A, and we are also trying to solve an error handling, which would be helpful if there is any error occurring during the minting of the VC assets, which is 3311. Talking about the upcoming releases, our last release was on Thursday, which is February 29, 2024. Our next release will be on Friday, which is March 29, 2024. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and submit those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come and join our conversation at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get there, search for sustainability channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly if you have any policy request by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or visiting our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.